Undercover investigation exposes the highly organised violence associated with football. Hooligans.
You can't understand human nature without thinking about how humans evolved.
Profiles continues to look beneath the public image of the world's most influential people. Follow the path to the conquest of Everest and its bitter consequences in reputations.
Press rushed across to Tenzing and said, "John Hunt says you're not a good mountaineer."
Can democracy be imposed or generated? ASHDOWN'S Bosnia reveals a personal account of rebuilding the war-torn nation.
We've got to learn a lesson that you don't pull out until you have created states.
Complex human dramas this May on BBC World.
Simpsons World in 30 minutes on BBC World.
A roadmap for peace, the new international plan is put to Israeli and Palestinian leaders. Its goal is a final settlement to the conflict and a Palestinian state in only 3 years. The American Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld visits U.S. troops in Baghdad and praises them for deposing Saddam Hussein. 2 more die of SARS in Canada as Toronto hosts a major international conference on the virus. And one American state takes radical new measures against spam, the junk emails flooding the internet. And this is BBC News. Welcome, I'm Alastair Yates. President Bush says he thinks there's a good chance for progress in Havana. Around the world, protesters are expected to take an anti-war message, as well as demands for workers' rights, to the streets on this year's May Day. And you're watching BBC News. Here's a reminder once again of our headlines. Israeli and Palestinian leaders mull over a new international peace plan, which aims for a final settlement. American Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld visits U.S. troops in Baghdad and praises them for deposing Saddam Hussein. Coming up later in the news, harmony where there was chaos, the extraordinary story of the coming of peace in Burundi. 2 more Canadians have died. That rounds up all our world news. Thanks for being with us once again. I'm Alastair Yates.